All right, me and Jim just switched spots, and it was a spot where I had it marked as a possible cellar. Hadn't really swung the detector anywhere near it, and it's just kind of all filled in, just a few divots. You can see some stone over here in that general area, and it's right next to a stone wall. And I figured it was like a possible cellar. I just finally got a metal detector near it, and well, right in this, so right here was a hole, right here was a hole, and right there was a hole. And I just wanted to get all three signals out before I turn the camera on, so I didn't stop for all three of them. But this is a really neat, this thing rang up in the 70s on the Manicore. Definitely has some sort of pattern. It's heavy. I'm pretty sure that's like a lead pewter type deal. And then I got two pewter buttons, huge shanks on them. This one's like an oval shape, so I don't know if this was like a cuff type deal or something. And then this one right here, just your average round button, but huge shank on there, pewter. Really neat. All right, right as I finished doing that one, Jim just found almost a surface pair of cufflinks too. And they're
maybe silver,
hand etched. So we're definitely gonna clean these up, and I'll get back to you with it. All right, I cleaned up the cufflinks that Jim just found, and definitely hand etched. I'm not 100% sure what the design is supposed to be, but it's still pretty neat.
Can you tell what kind of material that is?
Yeah, I think they're just copper.
They made a nice sound.
Copper, brass, something like that. Very cool. Very. Well, it's got a 32 signal on the Manicore, and it was only like 1.5 inches, 2 inches down. But you got the back of a two-piece. With the couple things I just found, I'm assuming the top might have been one of those really old pewter ones. And that would have just kind of crumbled away. They were hollow and very thin. So, all right, turn you on for the next one. Well, it's got a really jumpy, like 25 to 27 signal. And there was a 22 in the hole right there. There was a 22 cartridge. And I thought that was it. And then I swung back over it and just found an old crumply pewter. It's definitely an old spot. Let's see what else we can find. I just got a really, really shallow, like 65, 66 tone on the Manicore, and I see an edge. Come on. There we go. Got some focus to it. Seems a little small and a little thin. I'm assuming it's going to end up being a British coin. I'm going to see what I can do for. Yeah, I don't see any detail through the viewfinder. I'm gonna see what I can do to clean it up a bit, see if I can get an ID off of it, and I'll show you guys. All right, guys, I'll just clean this off, and the best I'm gonna get right now out in the field, at least, there's not a whole lot. Based off of how it feels, though, I'm gonna say British. It's pretty thin and on most sides, a little thicker on that side, but definitely feels British to me.
Yeah, it's real light. Sometimes an 87.
Nice. Yeah, so Jim, he swings the Deus 2, and he got a nice 84 up to 87 signal for him, and he got the same exact button that I just dug over there.
And still pretty shallow, really. It's only 3
Yeah, it's oddly heavy. It's greenish, but I want to say there's got to be some sort of lead in that. And they're very crude, but yeah, that one's in better shape than mine. Very nice. Good job, Jim. Well, I just kicked over that log right there because I had a signal right underneath it. And this popped out. It was just sitting right underneath the log. Old pewter. I don't think there's any design to it, just a little dimple in the middle. I don't think we found anything here that isn't like lead pewter. Except for maybe those really thick buttons. I'm not 100% sure what those are. They ring up high, but very cool. Well, I got us at like 25-30 signal. And I basically dug through the rotting away tree, but these would have been almost just on the surface. But I got some cufflinks. I don't know if anything's on them. They're a little too brittle for me to go crazy trying to clean them. I'm going to let them dry out, and then I'll see if I can get something at home off of them. Well, we both did our orbits around the cellar, and we both just popped out on the road. And I guess on the road way down there, he dug himself a big copper. It's more uniform all the way around and a little bit thicker. I want to say it might be a large cent, or at least American. Could be wrong, but I'm not going to be able to get any detail off of it. Not too bad. 2 coppers out of this spot, and we're going to go take a walk down the road in a minute. And this is supposed to be a second cellar. Hopefully, we'll see. Just a few minutes down the road. So, turn you back on if we find anything else. Alright, hey guys, we had to cut it short. Here's the stuff that I found. I'm not 100% sure what this is. I didn't get this on video, but it's pewter. It's almost slightly reminds me of like a gun part, but I'm not sure what it could be. If anybody else has any idea or recognizes it or anything like that, I know they probably didn't make any gun parts out of pewter, but just some sort of doohickey. And then right here I got the two backs of the 2-piece buttons, the cufflinks, the crumbly pewters. Some more pewters up here. This is that pretty neat oval one. Yeah, it's already starting to crumble. I don't know if there's going to be much off of that I can get. Huge shank on it though. And this is the nice round one I got. Huge shank on that too. And then the nice one right there. Decent sized shank. They're so heavy, it's got to be made out of some sort of pewter or lead or something. And then we got that copper. And then down here is gym stuff. So we got that same button that I have. Nice big shank on it. Got his copper. Pretty roasted as well. It's going to be tough to get anything off of those. You got those really nice cufflinks. Some sort of spirally design on there. You got that really cool tom back piece. It's the back of a 2-piece button made out of the tom back material. Then you got pewter button. I'm gonna say probably part of like pewter silverware. You got this one at the first spot. I'm not 100% sure what it is. If anybody recognizes it, let me know. It's definitely made out of iron for the most part, I believe. But it almost reminds me of one of those old telegraph things where you kind of hit it and... But I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen one made out of iron like that. Another pewter button. And another pewter button. And then this, I believe, is like some sort of just washer or something. Crudely done, though. The hole's not exactly circular. It's a little off. But, yeah, pretty neat stuff. So we're definitely going to be making a return trip in the future. So we'll keep you updated on that. Hopefully we find a bunch more. Hey guys, out with Jim, and we're finally making a return to that spot that we got all the pewters at. We got all those pewter buttons, cufflinks, 2 coppers. So we're heading back there finally, because we had to call that day. We had to cut that short due to previous obligations. So we'll let you know what we find. All right, well, I found a surface find, and it's gigantic. It's an old trap, big one. I'm not sure how old, but then next to the trap, I found some stuff I wasn't expecting. I'm pretty sure that's skull of a coyote. I'm guessing raccoon on that one. And then that's going to be a beaver right there. Definitely was not expecting to find that. And they were just kind of sitting there sticking out of the ground. Kind of creepy. Alright, I just came across Jim digging a hole. And he said that in the past like 20 minutes he found these 2 buttons. Nice big pewter button there. And then we got another pewter right here. Sorry about that. Oh, there's the back of it. That one's ripped off. But yeah, the spot, I think every single button that we found out of here has been pewter. I think the only piece of like brass was that cufflinks you found.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there were brass cufflinks here, but everything else has been pewter. And then we got a couple coppers. So we'll keep at it and show you what we find. Jim's over there. He just called out that he found a musket ball, or a round ball. And I just came back over to where the actual remnants of the cellar are, which is right here. And right on the lip, where we've already been last time, I got a thimble. Nice crushed up little thimble. Probably about 4 inches too. It wasn't even deep. Probably just hit it at the right angle because there's a lot of iron in here. So that was probably masking it until you hit it from the right angle, and there it was. Nice. Alright, got another one right where the chimney stack would have been. Right at the base of it where it caved in. And I got a pewter button. Definitely has something on there. It almost looks like a crown or something. Which is very interesting. If that's what it is. And there's not much more clean enough I can do with this. At least out in the field, so. And it's already, just from holding it, little pieces are starting to crumble off. Just where my thumbs are. Thumb and finger. But yeah, that's really neat. I love finding the old pewter stuff. Wish I could tell what that was for sure. Alright, I just hopped across the path from where the cellar is. And I got another, like, mid-tone. It was like a 36 to 38. And I got another pewter, what used to be a pewter button. It's all crumbly and barely there. I really wish pewter held up better. But alright, Jim just found another pewter button. This one's nice and thick too, but still extremely fragile. Just holding it there, trying to clean it off a little bit, a little piece crumbled off. You can tell there used to be something on there. I can't tell what it is, but that's where the huge shank would have been. Very nice. Alright, I just got a really weird kind of jumpy tone that sounded like a false, and it's because it kind of was. It is iron, but it's a cool piece of iron. An old 2-tine fork. Broken handle, and this, it would have had either bone or wood on either side. It's always cool when you find the old 2-tine forks. They don't come up too often. Nice. Alright, well, we made our way, it was probably about a 10-minute walk down the path to a different cellar that we didn't get to hit last time. And this is it right here. It's pretty good size. And then way down that way, there's Jim right there. And way down that way, probably about 100 feet, is where there's a big giant barn foundation. And I just got a pewter button, all fancy. And I think it's the front of a 2-piece, actually. That's nice. That made the trip worth it right there. It was like all uphill up to this point. But yeah, very nice. Alright. Finally got a low tone. It was very jumpy and crappy sounding. It's because it's an iron buckle. Nice. I love those surprise tones. Alright, I just got a really nice signal. It's the best signal all day, so I'm going to open it up and I'll turn you guys back on. Alright, I got the hole open, and it's saying it's not too far down right here. I mean, I'm only, at most, this thing is going to be like 2 to 3 inches. Oh, I already kicked it up. Oh. What do we got? What do we got? We got a coin. It's big and green, so it's not silver. It sounded silver the way it was ringing up, but what do we got? What the hell is that? I'm going to clean this up real quick. I think I have an idea what that's going to be, but let me clean it up real quick just to confirm. I'll get right back to you. Alright, I did what I could in the field. And I can't really make out what it says. I'm pretty sure it's going to say Bank of Canada. I think it's a bank, one of those Canadian bank tokens. And in the very bottom, just barely, you can make out 1837. Yeah, I think it says Bank of Montreal, maybe. That's really cool. It's one of those Canadian bank tokens. These don't pop up too often, for me at least. So I'm pretty happy with that. This side's just, can barely make anything out of that. I think there's like a bust right there. Possibly. But who knows. But yeah. At least I got a copper for the day. I'm happy.
My display?
Your display's on your lap.
You want
All right, Jim just got a tone. We're down the hill heading out, and about 10 feet from my truck, he got the same tone I just got. Oh, and there we go. About 2 inches down.
same thing?
I'm gonna say no.
Looks a little thinner.
It's completely wiped.
Yeah, really? Both sides?
Yeah, we'll try getting some detail off of this and we'll get back to you.
Wasn't very deep either, huh?
All right, we did our best to give it a little bit of a cleaning, and there's nothing coming off of this for detail. It's pretty wiped. There is that edge going around that side. I don't know if it's just a bad planchet that came down, because it's not equal all the way around. So I'm not sure. But either way, that's cool. So we're both going to end the day with a copper. So
Yeah, but look at all that.